And we are back. And we are back. And basically, what we were talking about before we left was whether or not, the, Supreme Court decision, what was it motivated by to overturn Roe v. Wade? And whether or not this issue is one in which, if Tudor gets the right support, can she get the churches to support her, as well as the anti-vaxxers and those individuals who, are pro-life, to stand behind her? It's going to be very, very interesting. We're a couple weeks out from that time. But what was interesting is that we had Sylvia Davis, who is a minister, and indicated that she believed that this is bigger than that. This is about curtailing a woman's right to control her body, allowing others to determine whether or not, when, and what she needs to be able to do as far as reproduction is concerned. And her belief is, listen, that's not your business. And, my situation is kind of like this. That's between you and God. That don't have nothing to do with me. That is between, but at the end of the day, there were so many things, people, talk about, the Bible, which it does say, thou shalt not rape, thou shalt not kill. We got that. But back in that day, you didn't have random men pulling women off the street, assaulting them, raping them, family members assaulting, raping, impregnating their respective family. You didn't have that. So the thing about it is that, what happens. Yes, we had a person on social media that indicated that, I'm a product of rape. And, we did not get an opportunity to go into detail with that. But let me say this to you. Many times, and it's human, and I don't know if it was that situation, and hopefully she had a big enough mom. There is an opportunity where you can conceivably hate that child. I mean, hate that child. You can say, wow, I see things in you that are unlike me. Maybe you're a person with very straight hair, and the child comes out with kinky hair. That's from your father, the rapist. I can understand, though I don't condone, how a person can have mixed emotions. You see things, their attitude, their affect, and you want to say, you know what? That came from an unknown source. And now I'm contending with it. It's almost like a reoffense, like it's a wound that cannot heal. The child didn't do nothing. Nothing. The child is innocent as pie. But we are human beings. And although our minds tell us to do one thing, it's a challenge when you're faced with it. Like I can tell Leighton Regan, yes, they did just a different way. Rape has gone on since the beginning of time. Well, that's true. But here's the situation. I can say it's not going to affect me until it happens to you. Until one of the things that I believe, having a child should be, it should be something that's welcome. But here you have something in your body that is moving that you did not want to be there. You did not invite. It wasn't like, I was, making out with someone who I love, who I shared something with, or who I even got lazy with. This could be I was walking down the street, somebody put a knife up to my neck, and inserted themselves within me and impregnated me. I don't know who this person is. I've never seen them since. And now I'm pregnant. That is a lot. That is a lot. I don't know what I would do in that situation. And I don't know what I would counsel my child. Do I believe in God? Absolutely. No doubt about it. But do I believe that I am willing to tell my child, well, you know, it's wrong to terminate this life? I want you to bear a child by a man who there was a force against you, unconsensual, and now you have to love this child, provide for this child, nurture this child. That's a hell of a thing to do. And y'all might be better than me on that one. But I don't know if I could do that. Nor do I believe that I would be able to, to encourage my child to do that. I'm going to be point blank. I'm like, what you going to do when you go into this clinic? Because would not want my child's first experience with being a parent to be negative, to be painful. So if you ask me, I'm going to tell you, girl, you know we can't do that. I hate that happened, but we're going to have to make some choices. And, it's something that, now they're trying to even limit the morning after pill or the pill that, to stop the pregnancy, whatever it's called. They want to limit that. So what happens is people who have money, they're going to do what they want to do. It's people who don't have the proper support that many times will be caught in between this decision, and it will affect them tremendously because they don't have a support system. But you have people say, oh, you pregnant? Okay, let's get on a flight and let's go handle that. We're going to go XYZ state and get that done. And it's the people who are poor. And so I'm just wondering whether or not she can galvanize that support. So anyway, getting back to this issue with Trump. So a master is somebody who is a lawyer. They're a lawyer that goes through each and every potential piece of evidence and determines its admissibility. Now, the reason that the United States Attorney General, the reason that they were upset is because the judge that is presiding over this was appointed by Trump. Okay. Yeah, Q Devon Green Sloan. What about emergency contraceptive after the rape? Many states are not providing that. Many states are not providing that. When they say no drug to end pregnancy, they mean that. Okay, that's what they mean. Not the morning of, the next day, the next hour. Cindy says men should not make decisions about our body. They are the problems. Basically, the men are saying if you get raped, it's okay because you have to keep the baby. If a family member, brother, cousin, uncle, father, etc., rape you, the men are saying we have the baby. Saying have the baby. It's sickening. Yes, the rich will continue to abort their babies. Money speaks. Very well put together. And that's just how it's going to be. And these are people, let me say this to you, that have made those decisions about abortion and will make them, will be people in teachers, lawyers, ministers' children, presidents, everything. Okay? They're going to make them decisions. Adoption to someone who really wants a child. They don't have to know the baby was conceived through rape, only if abortion is not an option. And the thing about it is this. What we find is, depending on the type of child, I do believe that there is some level of, you have to reveal certain things. Because when you will say father unknown, well, why is the father unknown? So I don't think that that's something that you can avoid, because many times when you adopt, they want to know the particulars of the father. And you're going to say, I don't know who the father is. Now, if I were going to adopt, I would want to know about that child's background. I just wouldn't say, I want a baby so bad, I don't care about how the child was conceived or whether or not it was properly, mom was properly taking care of the child during the prenatal stages. Wouldn't you want to know that? I would. Let me tell you something. If I buy a pet, I gotta know about it. I'm not getting into nothing I am going to go blindly into. That's just so when we say, well, adoption, I'm gonna want to know, well, where's the mom? Where's the father? Well, who is the father? What's the father's health issues? Because they may be transferred to the child. Father diabetic, father, what do we need to know? So I'm not blindly going to buy nothing like that. I'm sorry. And I don't think that many people, and I think that that's something ultimately that has to be revealed, because they need to know the information about that. And so people, and then like you say, Layden, and I can appreciate you, but the woman is closer to death than life when you have a baby. You're going to go through all of that pain, tearing you up, got to get stitches. That's traumatic by itself. So why should I? And then the parent is saying, why do I want my child to go through that? We'll be back.